Hello, it's me, Chiono. I'm uploading this video now before it's too late, because it's something I'm going to talk about that might affect my free time for production, so I want to mention that as well as go over where I've been and what will happen in the future. Pretty much I've been trying to catch up on some YouTube videos from various channels. I've mentioned this on Twitter that I was catching up on something, but never specified what it is or why. I've taken a few days talking to my friend to see if she's okay, as well play games with her online, which that itself is fine, but also out of curiosity I went to check my Google history from the past 2 years, then spent a few more days looking back on what I watched. Now I'm spending even more days trying to watch more recent uploads from people, which I haven't seen, and it's taken longer than I expected, and it's disrupting what should be my production time for music. But that's not to say I haven't been working on my music at all. The one I previewed on Twitter has been worked on a little bit after I posted the video. Still unfinished, but it's close. I've also got a new song in the works which I've started on the 30th of August. And while both sound good even in their unfinished state, it's hard to stay motivated and productive while trying to make them, and there's two reasons why. First, I have this reoccurring problem where I try to add a bit to a song that sounds good in my head, but when I try to create it, it doesn't sound right, making me frustrated, and so I just give up for the day and hope that next time it will work. Second, although FL Studio is a really good program for music making, it doesn't allow users who have the Fruity Edition to add more than 8 audio channels to its playlist, and I have the Fruity Edition. That makes it harder for me to work through those limitations, especially since I use samples a lot. However, tomorrow is going to be my birthday, meaning that my birthday is one day after Undertale's birthday, which I think is funny, but that's besides the point. I've asked my parents to buy me the producer edition as well as some new headphones made for music producing. If I remember correctly, the headphones they found does come with a microphone, so that will be good for reasons I'll get into later. Speaking of my birthday, I'm going to find a job a few days after it. When I got out of university, I wanted to take a full year break instead of returning for a second year. I don't want to talk about it much, but let's just say I was really depressed at the time. I'm okay now, but anyways, I decided to do shelf stocking as a job. Not because I want to do that, but it's because it's the only one I'll know will be the most confident at doing. The problem is, I don't know if it will affect production time, and this is the bit I wanted to talk about. I'm already having problems with that, which I'll admit is my fault due to me procrastinating. But to be fair, I'm not really well known, I'm just a bedroom producer. I'm not trying to please a million people, and I can work at my own pace. But I do like making music when I feel like it, and I want to show my creations to the internet. I'm hoping that I'll be able to find a job with days off to give me time to work on my music. So that's what's been happening in the past. So what's going to happen in the future besides the job? Is there anything I want to finish before the end of 2024? What do I want to do in 2025? Well, there has been a few things I wanted to do until the start of 2025, which I wrote down on a text file. One of them is work on music and post updates on Twitter and YouTube. That I have done, and I'll try to finish the other 2 songs before the end of 2024. Another one which I have is to finish on a Geometry Dash level, and then hope it gets star rated. I don't think this will happen this year, or most likely at all, but we'll see. Lastly, to post these images of artwork that I found while at university, but I have worried that I'm not allowed to do that, but I really like the art style. It looks like a frame from some cartoon. So if by luck the original artist or someone who knows the artist comes across this video, please let me know and tell me if there's more of these that can be found online. I'll definitely work on my music, but I do want to try making an album and then finish it all in 2025. I've had this idea for a few years now, but it sort of went through an identity crisis. Originally it was going to be a vaporwave album, but then it switched after I found out I'm capable of doing more than just taking a sample and slowing it down. I had the thought of making it themed around robots due to the title gave it Sunlight Negative, which sounds like something a robot would say. Then another thought I had was that Negative Sun would be called, giving me the idea and making it themed around the cold. There were music ideas that kept coming up and I wasn't sure on what would be better. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but in short I just didn't know what I wanted for this album. But now I think I've finally decided on a couple of things. I did show a few of the songs in an update, and I'll try to give more on those and some others when I start making it. Moving away from music making, Another thing I want to do for 2025 is make myself a persona. I've mentioned before on a live stream that I am a furry. However, I don't have a persona yet. So I'm thinking that I should work on designing one. I know I want it to be themed around winter since I already have the name for it, Chiono, based off my username. To explain what that word is, Chiono is one of the Greek words for snow, the main one being Chioni. In Greek it sounds more like Hiono, but the name for my persona and how I want to be referred to online is pronounced exactly how you would see it in English. I may also be going to the Sheffield Fermi on the 28th of September. Maybe I can be friends with some and they can teach me about persona designing. And lastly, I want to continue with live streaming on YouTube. I haven't done one in a while since I still kind of hate talking louder than I want to, and it's much worse that the microphone I currently have is not close to my face. It doesn't help that it also picks up background noise and is low quality. With the new headphones I'm getting, I'll be able to have a microphone close to my face so I can talk in a tone that I'm comfortable with, as well as it not picking up background noise or not as much. Anyway, that's the end of my speech. I thought that maybe I should let people know what I'm doing so they're not confused or worried. I don't know when I'll be updating again, but hopefully not for too long. If there's anyone who wants to be notified of any updates I make, whether that be music, live streams, or anything else, please be sure to either subscribe to my YouTube or follow me on Twitter. So, yeah. Goodbye.